Hello and welcome to episode 30 of Need a Miracle Sports and Gambling Podcast with your host Tracy
and Josh.
Miracle. Today we'll be covering the Week 16 slate of the NFL. It hasn't already happened anyway.
We already touched on some games. We put them on the Twitter for you guys as our picks. We both hit last night with New Orleans over Minnesota -7. We both won today. Tampa Bay with Detroit. Detroit +10. We took Tampa. It was a blowout. Right now, as we speak, San Fran's up on Arizona 7-3 with 2 to go in the second. We both have Arizona in that game -5. They're probably going to pull it out. Hope they're going to pull it out. So let's jump right in here to the 8:15 game and really get this started. Before we do that, though, I do want to say, happy holidays to everyone. Hope you guys had a good Christmas. Have a safe New Year. We're finally back. Sorry we had to take a week off. We had some family stuff going on, some health issues. That's all cleared up, though, and figured out. Before I jump more into this NFL slate, there's a game I want to talk to you guys about for a lot of you gamblers out there that could be a big game, and that's going to be the Coastal game tonight. I think Coastal is going to absolutely destroy Liberty, and I would take it all day long.
I like it.
You got any games you want to talk about?
Off the top of my head, no, not really.
Well, we got you guys too, and obviously we're jumping back into it. We're going to have some things changing and coming up here soon over the next couple weeks. Obviously, with the NFL season winding down, we are going to start jumping a little bit, start throwing some basketball in and hockey and stuff as they start going. I mean, right now we got the bowl games going. We got NFL playoff battles going. So this is a great time for sports right now. I just hope you guys are all with us and enjoying it. Let's hop into this Miami game.
First, before that, we're just going to do a quick ad, real quick.
Oh, yeah, we want to give some love, too. This is an ad that came in for you guys. Auto Wash Car Wash out of Canandaigua, New York. They're showing some love from the 585. We appreciate you, Greg, and everyone out there at Auto Wash Car Wash, taking care of your vehicle needs, keeping that salt off of them, keeping them fresh and clean. On to this game now. Let's hop into it. Miami versus Vegas. Vegas is getting 3 at home. I'm taking Miami. Miami's in a playoff hunt. I mean, Vegas is essentially done pretty much. I mean, Mariota is who I think is playing tonight. Is that correct?
It's still up in the air. It might be. I don't know.
I think it's going to be Mariota. And I just think that Miami's defense is playing too good right now. And I mean, they're getting lucky. They're playing good. They're doing a little bit of everything right now, but it's working for them. Miami's a team that's on the rise. And I just see Vegas not coming through. I mean, I've taken Vegas the last 4 weeks. It bit me. It could be a little bit of the reason why I'm not taking them here. But I'm taking Miami -3.
Yeah, Vegas has been terrible the last maybe month. We could say about 4 weeks it's been. And that's exactly why I'm going to take them tonight. +3. I don't trust Tua on the road, a rookie quarterback in a primetime spot. Both teams really need to win because the Raiders are still alive no matter what people want to say. They're right there. I think Carr, if he does play, he can put up points, and I even trust Mariota from what I saw from him last week. He looked good. Just Gesicki and Parker are a little banged up too for Miami. I don't even know if they'll be in tonight, but if they are still, they're nursing injuries. I just like the Raiders in a big upset tonight. Just trying to kind of even be a little different, use some reverse psychology here because everyone's going to be on Miami. So I like the Raiders, and I think it's going to be really low scoring too.
Well, like you said, Parker, Gesicki may be out. I'm still confident. I love Lynn Bowden. I think he's a player that's really on the rise, somebody to watch over the next couple of years. Obviously, he's a rookie right now. He was just in that class. He plays running back receiver. Very good, very skilled athlete. And I really like watching that kid play. When he gets the ball, he's electrifying. Let's hop into the Sunday 1 o'clock games. Let's start it off right here. Cleveland versus the New York Jets. Cleveland is -9.5. New York's +9.5, however you want to look at it. I'm rolling with Cleveland. They got a lot to play for. The Jets have nothing to play for. The Jets probably feel dumb right now that they lost the Trevor Lawrence sweepstakes. Who knows, where that franchise is headed. I mean, there's a lot of guys sure playing for, jobs in the future and maybe even auditioning for, a new coach. But I just think Cleveland has too much firepower. They're trending in the right direction right now, and they're just really playing good ball. I mean, the Jets are terrible in every category there isn't, and Cleveland's a team with a lot on the line still.
Yeah, I mean, my advice to you guys is don't get cute and bet the Jets. They had a hard enough time getting one win. I don't think 2 in a row is going to come their way, and I just don't think they're going to be competitive in this game. Browns just came off of one of their best games all year, even though they did lose. It was a very, very good game. Some people call it the game of the year against the Ravens. And I just think it's going to be too much Chubb and Hunt in the end, and they're just going to run all over them. They're going to possess the ball, and I think when bad teams get less chances to score, it just causes problems. I don't think the Jets are going to score many points in this game. I think Cleveland's going to run it up, and I think this is a low line because of the Jets win last week, and I think you got to jump all over it. I really like this bet a lot.
Let me ask you something, Trace. New York Jets, sitting at number 2 in the draft. Say they stay at number 2, Trevor Lawrence goes 1. Who are they taking at quarterback now?
They don't take a quarterback. They go a different position or trade the pick.
All right. I want to make sure we're on the same page.
But also, I mean,
I've been starting to hear Zach Wilson come up.
yeah.
And as we know, I've been on the Zach Wilson hype train all year, just like you have. A lot of people, don't really like him. He goes to BYU. He's not playing the greatest competition. The kid can throw the ball. And now after that performance he put on in the bowl game, a lot of people are saying he could jump up and be number 2. I want Zach Wilson in a Washington uniform, so I'm really hoping he doesn't go number 2. I'm hoping they take Fields and he's a bust just like every other Ohio State quarterback. I mean, Ohio State sucks, so I mean that's why they're going to get waxed by Clemson anyway.
Yeah.
But that was just my question to you
Yeah,
as to what you do. I like them trading the pick. I think they have too many needs to go get a quarterback right now. I still think Darnold could play some good football for him and be almost like a bridge if you're not really liking him or he can't do the job, you know what I mean? To bridge to the next gap of quarterbacks come in or next year, however you want to look at it.
Yeah, just real quick on that, we talked about it on the phone a little bit, texting on the phone. If you wanted Zach Wilson, it could be a quarterback, it could be an offensive lineman, it could be a trade, it could be another position that we don't really know. But it all is going to come down to who they bring in.
Yeah, that's what
he's probably going to make that decision. So I like Sam Darnold, I really have. He hasn't shown much this year, but maybe they keep him and just keep trying to build assets around him.
You got anything over there, Jake?
No, sir.
On to the next game here, Cincy versus Houston. Houston's minus 7.5. In Houston, I'm taking Houston in this game, even though they're minus 7.5. I just think Cincy's going to be riding a wave, and I think they're going to go in with a little bit more confidence than they should have. And I think that is what's going to get them bit in the ass here. I just think Deshaun Watson's going to tear them apart. I don't think they have enough defense to stop them. So I'm taking Houston in this one.
Yeah, if I could find my notes on this game right now, that would help. I've looked on every page, I feel like, and I can't see it. Cincy and Houston. I know I took Houston, I do know that. I just can't find it. Give me 1 second here, sorry.
Don't you have another page under there?
Yeah, but I can't find it. Oh, here it is. Yeah, it's going to be the Deshaun Watson show. I think the Bengals offense last week had a mirage with Ryan Finley basically running read options. That's not going to happen this week. As we know, I'm a big believer in film. That's on tape now. Houston's going to eat that alive. You can't really throw the ball. I just feel like Houston just really runs it up on them. Kind of similar to like a Cleveland type score. Deshaun Watson's too good. I mean, he's got me and guys like me out there running routes, and he just finds them, and they're going for hundreds and hundreds of yards. So, I mean, he's just going to have a big week. And I just don't believe in Cincy. Their defense is still very mediocre at best. Like I said, I mean, Houston's going to put up the points. Oh, yeah, that's good for me, too.
Needed that one. 6-7 in the Arizona game.
Yeah,
Hopkins
is hurt.
He just got the wind knocked out of him. He ball in the end zone, dropped it, came down wrong. He's walking to the locker room under his own power. It's probably because there are only 35 seconds left. That's why he's going back early.
Yeah, and one little side note on the Houston game that a lot of people maybe not thinking about it, why to bet them. They're trying to win every game possible because they don't have their own pick.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to them.
They want to win because they want to knock down. Obviously, I would assume they would want Miami to have the worst pick. So you know what I mean. Every game is kind of crucial to them to kind of not fuck over Miami, but just make that pick not as valuable.
I mean, yeah, they're not in the same division, so it doesn't really hurt them either way.
Same confidence, but yeah, I mean.
All right, on to the next one here. Indy versus Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is getting 1.5. We have seen Pittsburgh become probably the biggest fraud in the NFL over the last couple weeks. I know a lot of you Pittsburgh guys ain't going to like that, but I don't really care about your feelings because it's the truth. This offense is not producing. Your defense is very banged up. I'll give you that. Losing Bud Dupree definitely hurt. Losing Devin Bush hurt. You guys are are not very good offensively, though. It's not even like your defense is still playing well. You guys just aren't scoring any points. And that's why in this game I'm going to take Indy. Indy's defense is too good. You're not going to be able to move the ball. And I honestly feel like Indy has an offensive line to match up against that Pittsburgh front seven and move them off the ball. Jonathan Taylor's been coming on strong. Rivers has put a couple decent games together over, the past month or so. And I like Indy in this one. Minus a point and a half, I'm taking Indy.
Yeah, it's just, you look at this, and earlier in the week, I think about Monday, it was actually plus 2.5 Indy, and now it's Indy, like he said, is favored, and it's just like, how? I don't get it. Like, I know the public is huge on Indy, which they should be, because I don't understand how this is even that close of a spread. I mean, Pittsburgh's offense has just looked absolutely abysmal. They're not moving the ball anyway now, like not passing, not running, nothing. Indy's defense is very good last time I checked, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Phil Rivers and that running game's coming along. They're playing well. They got a big win against Oakland. And I just think that the public is all over the Colts, and it makes me really nervous to do this. But this is my Stone Cold 316 lock of the week all day. I just can't understand why this is such a small line of minus 1.5. And you just got a really hot team against a team who can't get out of its own way. Maybe Vegas knows something about Juju not dancing before the games. He said he wasn't going to do that anymore, so maybe that's what they think is going to change here. But I just think the Colts offense is finding a nice groove, and I'm taking the Colts all day. I just can't see anything different playing out in my head, so it's just hard to take Pittsburgh.
Who you got in this game, Jake? Indy or Pittsburgh?
Oh, I got Indianapolis.
What's the reasoning?
That Corvette isn't going too fast anymore.
What?
The Corvette dance that Juju does.
Oh, that's a good one. On to the next game here. Yeah, Juju, I mean, him saying he's not going to dance anymore, that's got to be, disheartening.
I mean, what have they lost? 3 or 4 in a row, whatever it is.
I mean, he got lit up last week. He deserved that one, every bit of it.
Right by midfield, too.
Yep. Chicago versus Jacksonville here. Jacksonville's getting 7.5 at home. I'm taking Chicago. Mitch Trubisky has been eating over the last 2 games. More importantly, David Montgomery has been going off. I think he's ranked in the top 5 right now for overall running backs as a consensus.
James Robinson just got put out, too.
Yeah, James Robinson's out. The quarterback play has been
Go ahead and start now.
abysmal for Jacksonville. Who knows? 1 week they're hot, 1 week they're cold. I really just like Chicago's offense right now, as they're playing right now. The defense always plays good, so that's not really a question. For me, Jacksonville, they don't really. I mean, this is a team with no direction. Even when they get Trevor Lawrence, I mean, yeah, they're going to be able to score points, I feel like, because they have a lot of receivers, to be honest, down there. But this is a team that they don't really have anyone on defense, I feel like, besides Josh Allen. He's been their only draft pick that has even played halfway good.
The other Josh Allen.
The other Josh Allen. Yeah, the other Josh Allen.
Yeah, there's a story behind that, but we won't get into it right now. But yeah, he kind of touched on it, but not really. The big elephant in the room for this game is Jacksonville wants nothing to do with winning this football game. Absolutely not, and the Bears need it, and they're starving for it. Jacksonville, as of last week, got the first pick basically gift wrapped to them. The Jets won a football game, which no one thought they would do, so they're feeling good about themselves, and like I said, they just don't want to win. And Chicago's been moving the ball very well on the ground. Mitch has been making his throws, and I think Mitch is kind of, as much as the Bears are playing for their playoff lives, he's playing for his career right now. Because the way he's looked, I can see the Bears keeping him around next year. I don't know if Nagy stays, and that could be an issue if they let go of the coach, and the new coach is going to like Trubisky, but he's been moving his feet when he needs to, getting out of the pocket, making throws, and like I said, that running game's coming alive. And I just think that they need to win more. And I mean, minus 7.5 isn't that much to me.
No.
Especially with a good Bears defense too, who's going to get all over Glennon with Khalil Mack and them boys.
Yeah. On to the next game here. New York Giants versus the Baltimore Ravens. Ravens are minus 10 at home. Jake, who are you taking in this game?
Taking the Giants.
Taking the Giants. I am I'm taking the Giants here. Baltimore's offense has not looked great all year. They've been very shaky, to say the least. this Giants defense has been real. They've been playing really good ball. They've been especially good at stopping the run. And I mean, with Baltimore, once you stop the run, what do they have left? We're not out here saying the Giants are going to win this game, but they're definitely going to cover that time.
Yeah.
And I love that bet. It's not my lock, but I love that bet right there.
Yeah, I love it too. I think this game's going to be a dogfight. I think it's going to be a really close score either way. I think the Ravens defense, looking at the injury reports, is pretty banged up this week. And I just think that Daniel Jones, he's back, and I think if you're betting on the Giants, you need him to make a play. And hopefully he does. I don't know I'm not a huge believer in him, but I think he can make those plays. And if he does this week, I think he's got a great opportunity to. I think, like you said, I've been saying all year that the Giants defense is sneaky good. No one really talks about him. Like you've been on him all week or all year. Jabril Peppers, he's having a huge year. And, I mean, they show up pretty big in big spots. Monday Night Football, they kind of frustrated Tom Brady, almost stole that game. Monday Night Football, actually, again, too, week 1 against Pittsburgh, it was a pretty low-scoring game, and they played well. And I just like them in this spot. I think 10.5 is too many points.
Yeah. What do you got?
Tyler Hillman said, y'all crazy, Baltimore covering.
Baltimore is not covering, buddy. I'm sorry, but they're really not. I mean, I really like Leonard Williams to go off. This Baltimore offense line has not been great. I could see him covering, but I just think this is the game that New York's also in a playoff race. You know what I mean? They're in a playoff race with Washington. I mean, Baltimore needs to win too, but I just don't see Baltimore really for me hasn't really.
They've looked good the last couple weeks, I will say.
They have looked good, but who have they played the last couple weeks?
Oh, Cleveland.
Cleveland's defense isn't great. I'm just saying they haven't. I feel like this is the best defense they played in the last month.
All right.
To me, this is a top 5 defense right now.
That's a good point.
I mean, Leonard Williams is playing really well. They got Tomlinson in the middle. D-tackle, he's playing really well. You know, this is a defense that is definitely trending in the right direction. And playing Peppers like that hybrid has been killing teams. I mean, this is a team that relies on their quarterback and their running back being able to run the ball. If there's a safety right there and can take that out the equation, and Blake Martinez can float because your offensive line can't get to the second level, I just don't see them being able to cover the 10.
Yeah, it's a big spread. I don't think it should be that.
No. On to the next game here, Atlanta versus Kansas City. Kansas City is minus 10.5 at home. You want to start with this one?
Yeah, I like the Chiefs. Even if Tyreek Hill, who's been banged up, I think he came back to practice. But even without him, I still like it at 10.5. I just can't trust Matt Ryan anymore. Honestly, for me, as we get this deep into the season, you just kind of gotta cross off teams off your list, and Atlanta's off my list. I don't care what the spread is. You just can't trust them. I mean, you see last week they play a perfect half of football, and then Tom Brady comes out and just puts his dick right down their throat, and the game was over. And I don't even think they did cover actually that game, but I mean, I just don't think KC lets them off to any type of advantage. Mahomes is gonna be Mahomes, and like I said, I just can't trust Matt Ryan.
Yeah. I'm right there with you in the KC bandwagon. I mean, this team is just too talented. Mahomes, says it all.
Even if it is, even if I do a late cover happens, like I can take it in my heart. You know what I mean? Knowing that I picked the better team and all that.
Yeah, I mean, Atlanta's so flaky. You can't take them.
Julio's out too.
Yeah, Julio's out. I mean, the secondary for Kansas City's not great, but you're not asking them to cover 2 big name guys. You're asking them to take 1 player out the game, which I feel like is Ridley. And after that, let the pieces fall as they may.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you like here?
I like the Falcons covering.
You like the Falcons. That's why you are behind the cameras. All right. On to the 4:15 window here. You got anything else, Jake?
No.
On to the 4:15 window here. Denver versus the Los Angeles Chargers. Los Angeles is minus 3 at home. I'm taking Drew Lock in Denver. Give me the 3 points. We've seen it before. Los Angeles had him on the ropes, couldn't put him away. And then what happened, Trace?
Last time they played?
What happened last time they played?
I honestly have no idea.
It was a late touchdown. His time expired.
Yeah.
And I feel like, this is a team that is not playing great ball, but they're playing better ball than Los Angeles. And I just feel like they're going to win, and I'm going to take the 3 points and be happy about it.
Okay, I'm taking the Chargers. Justin Herbert. Allen's a little banged up here, but I still like their other receivers even if he's out because Denver simply cannot cover a cold. You saw them last week against the Bills. They just don't have the horses. They have like three or four corners on their whole roster. I can't remember his name, but number 41 might be one of the worst cornerbacks I've ever seen play. He was being touched like by Stephon Diggs, like just simple routes, and like he was just falling all over the place. Like he's not very good. The other guy's not very good. He's a rookie. I just like the Chargers.
Callahan's out.
Huh?
Callahan's out.
I don't really know exactly.
Well, Callahan's their starting cornerback.
Yeah,
at 24.
I know they have like literally.
And he's pretty solid.
I know they have like 5 or 6 guys that are hurt. Even if he is, like they just don't have the depth at cornerback to contend with these teams like right now. They're basically a CFL cornerback team in my opinion. And I love that matchup for the Chargers.
I mean, that's great going against the Chargers. They're playing a CFL wide receiver core without Keenan Allen.
I mean that's fine. And then you got Eckler out of the backfield. He's gonna win those matchups. He can run
Got
the ball.
Justin Simmons over top.
You can defend your bet all you want. You're betting with Drew Lock, who is just simply not a good quarterback.
You're betting with Anthony Lynn, who's a terrible coach.
You're right, but I feel way more comfortable with the Chargers right now than the Broncos, who got absolutely steamrolled last week by Josh Allen and the Bills. And hey, guess what? Joey Bosa had a concussion. He's probably pissed off this week. Hey, Drew Lock, knock knock, he's coming. So good luck with that.
Who you got in this tiebreaker?
I got the Broncos winning because they got
Makes me feel
absolutely
better.
blown out by the Bills last week. So they're just going to come back and play with pride.
Makes me feel better. Lindsey's out, so now they.
Tracy wouldn't know that. He doesn't know anything about pride. Gordon's been playing good. What are you saying?
That's fine.
That's better that Lindsey's out. Let him get in a rhythm.
All right, you didn't look good last week.
All right.
I don't know where you're.
I mean, the Bills' defense. Are you saying the Bills' defense has not been playing really good?
They're good.
All right then. So you should be happy that your team is taking big name players away.
Okay, I just like the fact the Chargers are going to score more points for this game. And
Well-
I don't know how you can't see that.
Because I have lost all hope in Anthony Lynn.
Okay.
No confidence in him. Anyway, that brings us to the bet the house, bet the wife, bet the car, bet the kids. You're going to get it all back here with my Stone Cold Lock. Carolina versus Washington. Washington is -1 at home in the battle for the NFC East title, best division in football, and they're going to seal the deal this week
No,
against
don't-
Carolina.
Don't have
They're going to seal the deal against Carolina. I'm
No,
taking
listen.
Washington.
Washington is going to win with that. That NFC East thing is just absolutely crazy. It's a terrible division. We all know that. Vegas, to me, it seems like, it smells like anyway, they have this line set at the fact that Gibson and Alex Smith are going to play. And even if Haskins plays, I still like Washington because I think Gibson just makes such a difference, and he is
Yeah, Gibson is a difference maker.
trending towards coming back, right?
Yeah, I mean, even if they don't play, I still like McKissick.
Yeah, and you know what? I always love betting Carolina because I think as of last week, Teddy Bridgewater is third, so I'm going to give a stat against my pick, which isn't smart, but 35 and 11 covering, but I just don't think he does it this week. They don't really have much to play for. Washington has a lot. Their defense is coming alive, and I just think Washington covers. I think they're the better team, and it's a small amount of points. And you know what? Logan Thomas is emerging as well.
Yeah.
He's a really good tight end this league. I think he caught like over 11 passes.
Every time I say this, you guys tell me, oh, he's not that good, he's not that good. We had a conversation where I asked you if you would rather have Logan Thomas right now or Dawson Knox or Tyler Croft. You told me you would rather have Knox or Croft.
I said I would rather have Dawson Knox, but one, because he's younger, and two, I mean, he is playing well, but a lot of what Thomas does is just easy catches.
That's all you need from your tight end. Your tight end should be a pacifier for your quarterback.
I agree, but I just don't think he's at the
He makes
high level.
he makes good catches and has quality run after catch.
Yeah, all I'll say is he's playing well in that offense.
So a sound technical player does not sound good to you, is what you're telling me.
I'm saying, if you would listen to me, he is playing well in that offense. If you put him in other offenses, I don't know how it would look.
Jake, who are you taking?
The
Logan
Redskins.
Thomas or Dawson Knox?
Oh, probably Dawson Knox just because the age. He's a lot younger.
And it's the Washington football team. Don't call them
For now,
don't call them another name. People get upset. They get offended. All right.
as he's wearing a Redskins hat, by the way.
Yeah, I'm still rocking my gear. All right.
Tyler Hillman said Knox is trash.
Thank you.
That's fine. He's still younger. He can develop. He's got the bodies. He's got the physicality. Yes. Would I like him to catch the ball more? Absolutely. But I mean, over the last couple weeks, he's starting to come out with more touchdown catches.
His name is not Dawson Knox on the show anymore either. It's Brian Fry Jr. That's his name. It's Brian Fry Jr. All right. For you people that don't know, you should go look and find out. On to the next game here, Rams versus Seattle. Seattle's -1. Rams got absolutely embarrassed last week by the Jets. And that's why I'm going to take the Rams this week to win. Taking the Rams in Seattle, -1.
Jake didn't like that. He gave you an eye roll. He did not like that. But I'm right there with you. Bounce back in a big way, the Rams. I think the Rams really tear up this secondary.
Yeah.
They don't have a good secondary. You got Woods, you got Kupp, you got Higbee, and I just think that's enough to just tear the Seahawks team apart. Again, Aaron Donald, I know Russ gets out of the pocket, does what he does, but against a smaller quarterback, Aaron Donald usually tears it up, comes up the middle, gets pressure, makes it uncomfortable. That Seahawks offensive line is not very good. The secondary is not very good. Two of the strengths of the Rams are the defensive line and the receivers in the passing game. And I just think +1.5, I take the Rams to win.
What do you got over there with your grin on your face?
I think the Seahawks are gonna wipe the floor with them by at least 15 points.
Really?
Yes.
So if the Seahawks lose, we should put you through a table and put the video up.
I don't mind that.
Sure. You know what? Yeah. If they lose.
What are they, like $25 at Walmart? That'd be perfect.
Perfect.
I'd buy 6 of them.
Tracy's gonna buy 6 of them and put you through all 6.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, it could happen, absolutely. But I just think I look at this game matchup wise, X's and O's, and it just doesn't look good for the Seahawks.
No, I don't like it either. Next game here, close out the 4 o'clock window. Philly versus Dallas. Dallas is +2.5 at home. I liked what I saw out of Hurts last week, and I think that's part of the reason I'm going with Philly. Djax is playing. It's another receiver to add against a secondary that is already not very good with Dallas. I mean, Philly's offense line is not very good either. Dallas's defense line can, I feel like, cause some problems in this game. I mean, will they? Who knows? But I'm taking Philly in this one, -2.5. They're still in the race for the playoff spot in the East, and I feel like, you know, they're really going to be all go in this game.
Do we know if Zeke is playing?
I have no idea.
I looked at it and it's trending towards he is playing. And I'm taking Philly, and I think Cowboy fans go, oh man, you fucking stupid, you don't fucking talk about Zeke is so good. Zeke playing for the Cowboys
Were
right
you
now.
just imitating Byron?
No, I was just imitating Cowboys fans in general, because Pollard is a more dangerous back right now. As of 2020, the end of 2020, December, 26th, Tony Pollard is more effective in the NFL right now than Zeke. He's a better pass catcher, he's more explosive, he has bigger runs. So let Zeke do what he does, get his 3-4 yards to carry, and put up his eating sign. But yeah, I like Philly. Hurts is hot right now. Philly is a buzz. They're going crazy over this kid, which it's been 2 games. I know Wentz sucks, but let's slow down on that. I've talked shit about him the last couple of weeks, and he's making me eat my words. Also, one thing I really want to talk about for this game is when push has come to shove, I believe at least the last 2 years, if not 3, Philly has somehow made a run and got into the playoffs late. So they know how to do it. A lot of their players know how to do it. And I think they just come out and win this game, and I think they win it rather easily.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
And I mean, I don't know, Dallas is just Dallas. Like, they just show up sometimes, and a lot of times they don't, to be honest.
Yeah. I hope you guys are still with us right now. Another shout out, Auto Wash, Car Wash out of Canandaigua, our sponsor for tonight. Make sure you guys are out there. Go get your ride cleaned up there. On to the 8 o'clock game here, Tennessee versus Green Bay. Green Bay is -3.5 at home. I'm taking Green Bay. Lock it in. Do whatever you have to do. Put 1,000 on it. I don't care. Tennessee cannot cover any of these receivers. Tennessee has had issues covering receivers all year. Green Bay is still fighting, I believe, for the 1 seed with New Orleans. It's going to be a dogfight. Green Bay, I feel like, is just going to absolutely throttle them. Don't get me wrong, you could see a huge game out of Derrick Henry, but that's where you get into almost like a basketball game. You're going to keep laying up 2s all game, but you're going to allow me to shoot 3s. In the end, I'm going to be way ahead. You know what I mean? And that's how I feel. this Green Bay team is just going to score at ease, where Tennessee's going to take a little bit longer to move the ball, stuff like that. And Tennessee, when they have to pass the ball, I don't see it going their way. Jair Alexander should be able to lock up A.J. Brown, no problem. And then, you're going to rely on Corey Davis, who's been playing real good. But, I mean, they got safeties over top that can take that away. And Green Bay's defense is not bad. I understand they've been giving up rushing yards. They don't have really the beef on the defensive line up front in the top three to really, plug up holes or eat the blocks. But I feel like their linebackers do move really well. It's a team that does come downhill and make plays. I like Green Bay in this one minus the 3.5.
I like Green Bay as well. One little tidbit into this. Green Bay really needs that 1 seed. Aaron Rodgers, I believe, has played 3 road games in the NFC Championship.
And lost.
Yeah, and lost. And they did. I think they really want it. I think Rodgers really wants it. And I'm asking you people, one more time, get on the fuck you tour bandwagon, take a ride. It's gonna be nice and scenic because this is gonna be a pretty easy win for us. I think. The only fear factor I got on Tennessee's side is number 22, Derrick Henry. And like you said, I think you can just game plan for that, shut him down, have not Davis. A.J. Brown matched up against Jair Alexander. I like that matchup. Alexander's been playing terrific, so that doesn't really scare me with Tennessee. And I think Green Bay just outscores them, and I think it's about a maybe 27-17 game I could see this being.
What do you got back there?
Nothing.
You got something you want to say about this game?
Yeah, I think Tennessee's gonna throttle the Packers.
Really?
Yes.
Well, you'd be wrong yet again.
I don't think I am.
You want to know
actually.
why Aaron Rodgers is going to win this game?
How about
Why?
you comb your fucking hair before you talk shit about my picks back there?
How about you have hair?
Oh, shit. Got me.
Green Bay knows they do not want to come. Never mind. I'm not going to say it because it wouldn't happen anyway. It would never happen. So never mind.
Come to Washington?
And they couldn't. That's why I didn't say I wasn't going to say it. But I'm telling you right now, he does not want to see Chase Young in the second round. That's why they're going to win this game to get the 1 seed.
Yeah, that game would be over in the first quarter.
Here we go.
But let's go on to the
Let's
last
go
game.
Monday Night Football. The Buffalo Bills are going to be playing the New England Patriots.
Buffalo Bills.
And the spread is -7 for New England here. +7 for New England. Sorry about that. I'm taking Buffalo in this one. I mean, I just feel like they're trending in the right direction. New England's trending in the wrong direction. And I don't really know what's going to stop New England from falling flat on their face at the bottom.
Listen.
They might be, not to cut you off, but they really might be in the worst shape in the AFC East out of all them teams over the next couple of years. Because you got to think about the Jets are at least getting a quarterback. Who knows if he's going to pan out. But I'm saying from right now, as you're looking at it, you got to think they're going to hit on that pick. And this team really might be in the worst shape right now as for moving forward and building something back up. So, just want to throw that out there.
Guys, I gotta be honest with you here. Talking about this game from a national perspective, everyone's gonna say, "Oh, the Bills are gonna, they're the Bills right now. They're rolling. They're gonna go into Foxborough, make a statement. They're gonna kill the Patriots, blah blah blah." But little old me, growing up, watching Tom Brady play, watching Belichick coach, watching Julian Edelman. I know two of those 3 guys won't be on the field Monday night. But just knowing that psychologically in my heart, it is so tough to just even actually look at this -7 for Buffalo and even think about taking it in Foxborough on Monday Night Football. But hey, the Bills are rolling. I'm gonna keep rolling with the Bills. I haven't gone against them all year, and I'm gonna take Buffalo -7. But I'm gonna let you guys know I would steer clear of this one because it's gonna be a lot tougher than people think. Belichick's gonna have a plan. He always does. Allen has not yet played good against the Patriots. I love Josh Allen up there as the top supporter of him, but he has not done very much against the Patriots. Go look at the stats, go look at the numbers, do whatever you gotta do. J.C. Jackson's still playing for the Patriots. He's a very good corner. He might be able to even take out Diggs a little bit in this matchup, but like I said, I'm gonna roll with the Bills. I just wouldn't advise you guys to do it. That's all I gotta say about that.
Yep, and I mean, that's going to wrap up right now. More on a betting aspect for you guys at home, that do a lot of betting. I know we talk to a lot of you guys on a regular basis. One thing, if I can steer you in the right direction with betting, and this is for somebody who is like me with betting, I bet, not a lot, but when I do bet, I usually bet smaller amounts and more times, and I really prefer to live bet, where Tracy, he's more of a big better than I am. A lot of live bets though, small bets, live bets, next thing you know, you can be up a couple $100 if you're just bored and hanging out at home, and that's something you want to look into. Get more into the live betting. I feel like it definitely increases your chances because you sort of have a little more control as to what's going on. Because
And you can watch the game.
yeah, you're watching the game. That's what I mean by having more control. You're not just putting something out before the game and then the team comes out and looks flat and you're screwed. You know what I mean? So definitely get more into live betting if you are a bettor, a gambler. Definitely get more into that. That's just something I wanted to throw out to you guys, especially with the NBA season coming up. It's so much easier to live bet NBA games and NHL than it is to.
It's fun too, like you know what I mean. You could be watching LeBron versus James Harden and watch that matchup and say, hey, I think LeBron's gonna kill him these next 6 minutes. With 6 minutes left in the second quarter, you can take the Lakers minus 2.5 for the quarter or whatever. So he's 100% right. It's fun too, like especially if you're not.
I mean, last night we had a good time. We were hanging out and we were live betting some of the games, and
Especially if you're not doing huge money too.
yeah, that's what I mean. Just a couple dollars, and it turns into something fun instead of it being, oh, I have to win this. It's like, hey, let me just put a couple dollars on this, maybe they hit, and then it gives you something else to watch the game for that just adds up to the anticipation.
But you all good?
I'm good. You got anything back there, Jake, on the cameras?
Nope.
No one has any questions?
Nope.
All right, this has been your favorite podcaster's favorite podcast. Thank you, and have a good night.